Wall Street does fantastic. Wall Street testing. That's fantastic. Wall Street. Waking presence. Did something weird while I was away. No entering. What? The Imperium, letter from the Princess Ireland to Margot Fenring. This is so confusing. Because last time when I left off, my journey told me to go to the next trial. Now it's telling me something about the Imperium. I'm wondering if this game has any lore to actually offer me, but it seems like it does, but at the same time it's weird. I don't get it. What? You mean no consumable? It has to do with the way that fucking stored. I actually don't have any. I don't have any. Wow. Oh. Oh. I think I actually. I think I screwed up. Find the free man, wake the sleeper, the Reverend Mother who gave me my mission. Use her voice to sear these words into my mind. When the Proteus was shot, I believed it was over. When there was butcher in prisoners, I believed it again. I was shot, but last time did I leave? Find the free man. Wake the sleeper, I will. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I cannot continue this game. Good game, pretty interesting, but I just can't. I can't do it. I don't know how to switch my journey. My journey says letter from the Princess Ireland to Margaret Fenring. What do I do with that? Like, does it give me? Do I have the letter? Do I have to write a letter? Do I have to find a letter? It doesn't show me anywhere in the map where the letter is. The map is huge. You have to find it. You have to go all over the place. There's danger everywhere. I cannot switch it for the other journey. I cannot do it. It just doesn't tell me. And for someone that is not gonna go through all the building and all the grind that is just like keeping up with your resources, going into your inventory, just opening and closing like 20 storage units. It's just I can't. I wish they would do it in a way where if you're just interested about the lore, you just go straight into that, and an easier way to manage all these menus where it's just like story mode and you could do that and just have like a little base like this. Well, I can't move it. I don't know how to switch my my journeys. I don't know how to move things around. It's annoying. Although I actually maybe I can. Hold on. Like literally today is my last day of playing. If I can't, this is not gonna work out. This is gonna be good. Survey probe, everything. Saturated with spice. Should be able to find it somewhere around here. Current. Imperium. Let's see. What's right here? Codex, in the Codex, okay, the Imperium. Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Right. Right to the top right, it seems. Oh, wait, no. this guy finally moved. It's kind of far away. I think that's it. At the gates. Okay. Oh, what's that? It's cool. It's like a spaceship or something. Yo, this is huge. It's actually pretty cool. They're waiting from them. Oh, I'm a little bit scared about this. Wait, I should look where this thing is. Nice, I will stop here. Sixth trial of AQL. Interesting. It's right here. Devil's Eye cover. So I'm gonna do. So interesting. I'm gonna do both things at the same time. I wasn't intending to do that. Oh, no. Oh my god. I don't know if my thing is not working or I'm not doing correctly, but this is scary. Nope.
I see someone.
Love this.
Shield on.
I have to play this game. Jeez.
Stop.
Whoa. Like the original Freeman. Ghost. Away into the record palace. What? Whoa. Some poison people over there. Out the Freeman. Six trials. It's a Shiga wire recording. Also, this one is destroyed as well. So it seems that the Empire is destroying this. Please worship of the
The
Freeman.
Sardaukar destruction extends even to these small shrines.
Sardaukar?
I cannot decipher their purpose, but the altar seems to have contained a quantity of spice. And the murals. Such beauty to be destroyed by the cut of a lasgun or blade. All I could decipher from here is
Unfortunate.
another step on the journey of the Zensuni wanderers. Thurgrod. Perhaps there's some link between the Zensuni and the Fremen.
The seventh trial. Very interesting. The one thing that I do like about this game is that you do feel like you're like an archaeologist of sorts, kind of looking for all these clues and going back and forth. It's not just the grind; it's literally the only thing keeping me here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Darn it.
Tossing grenade.
Eyes on enemy.
Heaven trial. Widening chasm. Chasm in the north part of the region. What? The castle. Send safely when you take the castle and the flash red glowing tunnel. Inside, go to the moisture. Hail the spies and start the 7th trial. Guess I can go to the bottom of this place. Interesting. I'm gonna do a beacon just in case. Go. No, it's not working. Let's go to the bottom of the chasm. Then there you go. How the hell am I gonna get back up there? It's gonna suck. Not enough power. Oh no. Crap. Oh, tell me I have another one. Can't break this. Oh, it's maybe because it was recharging. Interesting how there are plants down here. There's a glowing cave. Vegetation here, very interesting. Looks pretty OP. Yes. Oh, some more Freeman it seems. Just dead all over the place in these caverns here. Very interesting.
Who's there?
I'm afraid I'm gonna run out of storage. Pretty far away from my base. This is so cool. I feel like some sort of anthropologist trying to figure out what the hell happened to these Freeman guys, especially since I have no idea what the Dune lore is all about. It's not destroyed. Getting high on spice. I think it's super cool, this whole idea that you go into this cosmic space. But it should be a little bit different. It's just that every time it's the same little animation. You do like, what's that? That one I hadn't seen before. So this mysterious light behind me, which is not like the sun, it's like a light just looking at me. And I've spoken about how important this concept of light is in ancient religions, and not only that, but in the modern research on the afterlife and some of the other altered states of consciousness. So I find it very interesting that always where there's lore, where there's enigma, where there's mystery, there's this light looking at you in this cosmic realms. Now there is a worm. There is some sort of flying creature, probably some figure from the Fremen, it seems.
Why were we created? Ibn Kirtaiba. The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Do you understand, Wali?
I do not understand. I do like this whole idea that it's always... Whoa.
Our god gave us the Hulasikali Wala, the wind that eats flesh, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar carry shelter always against the coming of Kralizec. Bila kaifa.
Okay, so it's just a shelter, but what I find really interesting is the whole idea of why were we created. They're trying to figure out why were they put in this hostile environment. That is very interesting.
We were exiled from Nilotic al-Urobra for our unwillingness to fight.
Let's fight? What do you mean? Oh.
for our willingness to forgive. For our willingness to forget.
Let's forget. They did the right thing. We're gonna forget. We're gonna forgive. They weren't gonna fight.
And the judges said, mine enemies are like green fields eaten down, that did stand in the path of the tempest. Hast thou not seen what our Lord did?
Lord did. Who's the Lord here?
The weight of a kindly God is a fearful thing. Why did God create us? We are the action and knowledge of God.
We're the action and
And
knowledge
He
of
has
God.
prepared the way.
So they see all of their suffering as some sort of a divine test of sorts. There's that light over there again. Distance. Oh, there's a worm which they think is a god, and it is some sort of a god.
Ibn Qirtaiba, the typhoon struggle comes.
Struggle.
Why were we created?
Keeps asking why we created to survive Kralizec, like the war at the end of the universe, like the Ragnarok in Nordic mythology. This is one of the recurring themes that I find in my own research. This whole idea that there's this final war, and it's where the angels and demons and all of these things come from.
To survive Kralizec, the war at the end of the universe. Yahya Shuhada. Remember Nilotic al-Urobra. Bila Kaifa.
Survive war at the end of the universe, awaken. Universe, very interesting. Kralizec. Footsteps of the Freeman. Find the cave, a final task. Eastern Shieldwood region and close the borders with Val Ifrit al Garb. Shieldwall. What's this? Oh. Right over here somewhere. Going to the west. Ariel? Somewhere around here. Quite literally here. I find every single trial is very interesting. It's deeply philosophical, and the whole thing that keeps recurring is why were we created? And they ask themselves about God, and they ask themselves about creation itself. Why are they here? What's happening? And it's a kind God. It's a noble God that teaches you hardship, and then they worship the worm and so on and so forth. But it's like this whole idea of the Kralizec, or whatever they called it, it's the Ragnarok. It's the battle of the worlds. It's the final battle between good and evil. This final battle between good and evil is something that keeps recurring in many mythologies, in many different religions, from Manichaeism to North. The whole mainly you can think about the battle between heaven and hell, or angels and demons, but you can also think about Ragnarok, the battle of the gods. And it seems that these freemen. Where did I go that one? Okay. Which I think I should probably get home. Put away my stuff. It seems like the Freemen, they conceptualize all forms of suffering, and which are mechanics in the game. The sandstorms or the worm itself, which they think is a divinity, they are becoming stronger. They are preparing them for this final war of the universe. It's called here the final war of the universe, which is the final world of creation, of existence, of anything and everything. God, how am I gonna get up there? So this is a very human concept. This idea of trying to justify all the pain and suffering and evil in the world as some sort of a trial, some sort of something higher that is happening in the world. However, it's not just about human psychology. It's not just about trying to come to terms with human suffering from a psychological sense. If you go into some of the theories of the actual religions, make it here. If you go into some of the theories of the actual altered states of consciousness, as I've been saying, some of the research in the afterlife, you realize that a lot of people are saying that we are here on this earth for some sort of a specific purpose. Now, a lot of people think that this purpose has to do with creation, creating things, thinking and putting thoughts into action and bringing energy and so on and so forth, which is something that I find also interesting in this very lore, because in I don't fifth or sixth, no, the fifth or the fourth trial, it talks about thought and creation. To use thought to create or something of that nature, which sounds very woo and very sort of new age. But when you, as I said, when you go deep into it and you go into quantum physics, you realize that reality actually works that way. It's all about conscious energy and consciousness. There's now I had someone reply to a comment when I made a video like that, saying that, well, that's a misinterpretation, the whole idea of the double slit experiment, which suggests that consciousness is needed to create, or that it affects reality itself. And while I agree that there's still a lot of questions, it's been proved beyond a doubt. It's merely the materialist dogma which thinks that way. So it goes beyond that. And when you go into the research of altered states of consciousness, you realize that it's just no way that it's just everything is materialism. There's something going on. So I find it very interesting that it all comes to our lores and our epic narratives. Which in a way, I would say that today they replace religion in a sense. I might be wrong, but some of the narratives, as I am exploring the Dune lore and fantasy, are more closer to what really seems to be going on than even some of our established religions currently, because established religions are just the cultural filter of a larger truth, but this cultural filter comes from ancient civilizations which had a very low level of understanding. Now, when you say a battle between angels and demons, and then you think about a battle of the universe, or a simulation, or a virtual reality, then we start understanding the same concepts in a different light. It seems that creation itself, the world that we inhabit, has a larger purpose, and somehow in the real life theories we seem to be here for a purpose of learning or becoming stronger, and that's what these Freemen, these it seems that during these cosmic trips, that's what they are trying to tell you. I can go there. I also find it very curious because just before I started playing Dune Awakening, I was finishing the Oblivion main quest, which I had never finished in my life. What I found very interesting is that it's sort of a... No. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, I gotta find a way to get out of here because I cannot concentrate. Oh god. And I'm running out of water. This is probably not the best game to feed out the lore. How am I gonna do this? Lord have mercy. There. So good. That's so good. So as I mentioned plenty of times, I do a lot of research on the actual altered states of consciousness and religions and so on and so forth. This is why I have this fascination with the lores in video games. Oh, look, a fellow dude putting his bike down here. Oh, what is broken? Happening here? Seems to be just abandoned. Interesting. Yeah, I have this fascination for lore because it ties to the real research and afterlife and so on and so forth. So before playing Dune Awakening, I was finishing the Oblivion main quest, the main lore in Oblivion, which I had never done before. And I found the whole concept of going into Mankar Cameron's paradise just absolutely amazing. And curiously enough, you find similar theme in the lore of Oblivion, this idea of Mark and Cameron and the Freeman, which it goes beyond because this is one of the main subconscious themes of the human experience. Now, in Mankar Cameron's paradise, what he's doing is he's bringing souls to strengthen them for this final battle, for this confrontation, which is going to be basically Maroon's Dagon taking over the world, but because he is the owner of the world. This whole idea that Tamriel is a realm of Oblivion, is the realm of Maroon's Dagon. Basically, the world is of the devil. The devil is the lord of the world, and he's going to take it over. So he's recruiting these souls, and he's training them to fight this final battle. And maybe, well, I don't know, they're fighting through magic or fighting the Daedra or whatever, but it's a mental battle. It's a spiritual battle. And in his realm where they are born and die and they born again, and there's no death in this sort of virtual world that he creates, this magical world that he creates out of through, I don't know, mysticism and magic or whatever you may want to call it, which, as I said in the research of altered states of consciousness, it seems to be a real thing. People are dying and they go and create their own heavens. Go Google it. Google near-death experiences. Google psychedelic trips. Google DMT, so on and so forth. There seem to be these quote-unquote cosmic realms where people go to. But the theme is the same, is that these bubbles, that these places are somehow preparing us for one big battle at the end of the universe, as it is insinuated here in Dune's lore. At the end of the universe is going to be this battle, that this is why all the suffering and the desert and the surviving and the worms just they are challenging the Freeman people because they are preparing them for this final battle, just as Mankar Cameron is preparing his followers for the final battle of the taking of the world, of the or the plane melt or something of that nature. So this theme keeps reoccurring, and I don't think, as I said, I don't think this is just mere. I don't think that the devs are super smart dudes that just know the mysteries of the universe and they put it in their video games. I do think that there is a subconscious mind, very much like Carl Jung explored and kind of proved that different tribes and different peoples across time dream about the same things and have the same archetypes. He's the one who came up with the concept of archetypes because he insinuated that we share this subconscious mind. So I think that when developers create their lores, this is exactly what they're doing. They are tapping into that universal knowledge of sorts, and they're coming up with their fantasies and their stories, very much like the ancient writers in antiquity did, while coming with their stories from their pantheisms, like the epic Greek narratives and so on and so forth, which were imbued with these demigods, these half mortals, half gods who were doing things and so on and so forth. It's the same thing over and over and over, and this whole idea that this supernatural aspect of humans exist, this quote unquote magic. So yeah, I find these recurring themes very, very interesting. Now, Peace. Okay, I think it's some. I actually should fix my bike. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am about to finish the game. I'm on the final test. I literally cannot recover from losing my bike. I cannot recover from losing my bike. God, that was close. No. Survival and the lore. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the mix. Guys, kind of cool because it keeps me on my toes. But at the same time, it's like, oh man, I cannot recover from losing my bike again. I think I built a condo over there.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
2 minutes. Not just in time. Gonna hang with this dude here. Jesus. Why did they abandon their vehicles? This is like a huge vehicle. Things as well.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Generators. Some aspects are really cool. It's just too much of a grind for me.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I don't know, I might keep playing it. This sort of seems like a game where I just come and go when there is some like new lore coming up. Ooh, I'm in the middle of it now. I've been so lucky to find these abandoned bases every time there's a sandstorm. I don't know why they abandoned them. This seems like a lot of work. Your base tower? bro, what the? We want. I think it actually is. One of my things about to break. God, this is definitely a final touch. Nice, I made it. This is so cool, it's so hidden. Oh my god, it's so cool. I wonder if there's like an actual sort of divinity talking to the Freeman. It's how they know that there is this higher divine plan while the suffering in the world exists, at least in their very arid world. Try to get past them. Is this like Freeman technology, or is this just like bandits trying to? Carrying the third biggest series of planets, a solid projection of handprint flickers in front of the door. Chiller begins from the walls around the door.
We are the people of Misr. We have known flight and death. The young go on that our people shall not die. Where did our flight begin?
Jeez, I don't know.
We grew soft, Wali. So God brought us the weight of kindliness to prepare for the typhoon. Name the planet where we lost our way.
How am I supposed to know these things? The cheat code in that page where I found the location. Nice, I actually do. Poetry, I don't know why.
On our wanderings, we came to a planet devoid of gods, where war was constant and violence was religion. Have you learned its name, Wali?
I do remember this one. I don't remember the name of the planet, but they did talk about this. So they used to live in peace. Now they were sort of thrown into a world devoid of gods, which is, as I said, this is basics of the human subconscious story, the human dilemma, this idea of feeling abandoned by the gods. It's in the Elder Scrolls lores, it's in some of the other lores, and it is in ancient philosophies and scriptures as well. Wait. Salusa Secundus.
We remember the slave cribs where we were held, weeded out,
Cribs.
persecuted. Do you remember too, Wali?
Responsibility. I mean, I know about the actual.
The thread of the past was carried by word until we found the poison drug. One of the cursed planets was a blessing for our Sayadina.
I know the teachings in a philosophical level, all the trials. I completely understand this, and these are basic parts of the human experience and the human subconscious themes and traumas, if you may. And they're asking me the name of the planets. It's just like when you learn about history and they ask for specific dates when they don't even understand why the things that happen in history happen. It pisses me off, not gonna lie. Hey, but it was a Rosak. This is Rosak.
So many planets across so many centuries. Our people broke apart, split, reformed. Some planets we barely remember at all.
So how were they how were they being thrown from planet to planet? Was this like some sort of a non-physical thing where they were reborn in the new planets, or was this like a mechanical thing where like slavers literally took them? I have no idea about this lore, but this is interesting. Yeah, Rosak Thurgrad. Thurgrad is the answer here.
A long journey, young Wally. But we are almost home. Just one last place of suffering, where our children were taken and made slaves.
Yep.
The time of Mihna has ended. Young Wali, pass within and seek your Ummah.
Let's take your Ummah. Okay, I'm humbled. See, the philosophical lessons in this game are very, very interesting and very accurate to the actual issues of society and humanity. And religion itself, who is the creator? Why were we created? For suffering, in order to fight this final fight, which is called Kralizec. Okay, I'm gonna be assassinated now.
The path of the Zensuni Exodus is rare and hidden knowledge. You are no Masquerade cultist. Who are you? What do you seek here?
What's a masquerade called? Explain to me the lore. I don't know about Dune lore. Jesus Christ. Okay, I came in search of knowledge, as did you. Well, that is
What
correct.
makes you say that?
Your accent betrays you were educated, probably highborn adventurers seeking dangerous knowledge.
How astute. And your accent does the same. Born on
I
Chusik
do
in a
relate.
wealthy
Do
village to
relate
the
with
south,
this.
unless I miss my guess. But you've fallen on hard times.
I am a sucker for knowledge, I must admit.
That security door is encoded for Fremen biometrics. How did you bypass it?
I googled it. I don't know.
Perhaps we can help each other.
What do you want? All the displays are open for me. You trespass here with the... Okay, what do you want from me?
I'm a scholar of Fremen's social,
Such a
cultural,
simp.
and philosophical constructs, both past and present. They fascinate me.
They are quite
And I've studied
fascinating.
the
Yeah.
layout of this place. It's a death trap. Between the Masquerade trying to blow their way in and the structural damage left by the Sardaukar, the whole thing could come crashing down.
Okay, the moment demands cooperation. I have your back.
And I have yours. The name's Ari.
You work for...
I serve no one. Let's say I'm something of a freebooting academic. And like you, my interests lie in discovering the true extent of the Fremen eradication. Or more to the point, discovering if that eradication even occurred.
Maybe they're like the dwarves in the Elder Scrolls lore, where they just kind of ascended by... It kind of makes sense, because when you go to this cosmic place, they just materialize out of sand, which is it's an expression, but at the same time, it's like their soul resides in this cosmic place. If they're not dead, where are they?
South, maybe. Arrakis is a big
Oh, okay.
place.
It's not like
And
a
while we like to think
huge
we're at the
thing. It's
center
just
of
like,
all
oh, they're just
things,
out.
In relative terms, the sphere of Imperial influence is rather small. They could be anywhere beyond the deep desert or the Tanzaruft, as it's known to the Ikhwan Bedouin.
My sister, dad, you say different.
Not entirely. I'm sure the Sardaukar massacred them by the thousands. This siege bears evidence of that. But you're right. I don't believe the Imperial account. And I'm hoping the truth, or part of it, awaits us inside. If we survive.
And it's late at night. It seems like this is gonna take a while. Alright, so she's actually gonna follow me. So I don't know if this... It is very mysterious, and I am kind of invested now in these Freeman people. So I am not in this cosmic realm where.
It serves the Emperor to depict the Fremen as barbarous and savage, but look at their craft. I see the work of a socially and materially advanced people. A people with the innate practicality and good sense to worship a local and very available god. That's also, conveniently, an apex megapredator.
Yeah, because they worship the worm, and the worm has these aspects of divinity, but I think this is a misconception on their behalf. They're still a primitive, somewhat of an advanced primitive society, sort of like the Atlanteans in myth, which destroyed themselves because they achieved a level of technology which actually destroyed their world.
Encounter the Masquerade on your way here?
I don't know who the Masquerade are.
Worm worshippers based out of an abandoned power station far to the west. It's odd to see them this far east, but if they've found this place, they'll be coming.
Egyptians, some sort of, yeah. Wonder if they'll be like, oh yeah, they're to the south and they weren't dead, or they were. It's gonna be something like super trippy, like, you know, they actually ascended to. Because if they contact you and they explain to you their story to this cosmic themes and this cosmic realm, when you inhale the spice, it means that they ascended materiality. They are not material beings anymore. Or who is it that is telling you their story?
Down here, water discipline would finally be relaxed. Visitors could shed their dusty still suits and find refreshment.
Let's see, steel suits. They're like an advanced technologic society, which at the same time was ancient somehow. It's actually a very interesting and cool thing. You remind me of Zoroastrians.
Looks like there's no other way forward. I hope you brought your cutter ray. We'll probably find that a lot of corridors and subchambers are collapsed and impassable. Some would have been brought down by the Sardaukar to deny key areas and resources to any survivors. Others would have been brought down by the Fremen themselves, to crush the invading assault force or channel them to a kill zone.
Means of the Fremen called.
Probably for the best that this way is impassable. We'll probably find that a lot of corridors and subchambers are collapsed and impassable. Some would have been brought down by the Sardaukar to deny key areas and resources to any survivors. Others would have been brought down by the Fremen's don't touch the dead. It's standard Sardaukar doctrine to booby-trap the bodies of their fallen enemy.
Booby traps are Sardaukar, actually. I don't know about Dune lore, so I don't know who the Sardaukar or the Masquerade or any of that is.
Through there, and the air filtration systems beyond that. Many of these doors also led to exterior passages where the water keepers would have maintained external dew collectors and wind traps. An extensive and lossless pipe system would deliver the gathered water to various catch basins and cisterns throughout the siege. However, all water would eventually return to the main reservoir.
Okay.
We'll probably find that a lot of corridors and subchambers are collapsed and impassable. Some would have been brought down by the Sultan to deny key areas and resources to any survivors. Others would have been brought down by the Fremen themselves to crush the invading assault force or kill zone. Strange to think these corridors once echoed with the hopes and dreams of a lost multitude. Mothers, fathers, and children beyond count. And now, only silence. A silence this rock hasn't known in 10,000 years.
It's really interesting how some of them just passed in their meditating position. Like, they had this advanced knowledge of sorts, because I've seen it in other caves, just like the Tibetan monks, they just kind of pass away while meditating, which is something really cool. It's been proved that these monks, they actually conserve many of their vitality while they are meditating in this way. They conserve their bodies even through that just by pure mind control.
The Fremen were known to keep large nests of scorpions in order to harvest their venom for blades. That's a door I don't want to open.
Whoa.
Our first goal on Arrakis is grassland provinces. We will start with these mutated poverty grasses. When we have moisture locked in grasslands, we'll move on to start upland forests, then a few open bodies of water, small at first, and situated along lines of prevailing winds with wind-trap moisture precipitators spaced in the lines to recapture what the wind steals. We must create a true sirocco, a moist wind, but we will never get away from the necessity for wind traps. This ecological transformation of Arrakis relies upon us controlling 3% of the energy surface. Only 3% to start a self-sustaining system. Learn this lesson well. Our transformation begins in the plantations of the south and proceeds in simple steps to begin. Bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Oh god, this is gonna be hard. Pretty late at night, I don't want to do a complicated thing. Same time it's kind of cool and interesting. So I think this the Freemen, were they almost about to achieve the technology to actually bring some sort of biological aids to the desert, which would make their environment a little bit more hospitable. Grass planting, mountain. Symbol. 1, 2, and 3. Oh god. Okay, I'll try it a couple of times and I'll Google it. Oh, it tells you what it is. Fremen symbol, rock, Fremen symbol, tree, sand. Okay, I think I got it. Shelter. Mountain, grass, something, moon. Okay, so I think he explains exactly what is happening here.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize
burrowing
the
animals.
language of the ecological transformation.
First one is grass.
Remember your lessons,
Is grass?
and
No.
the door to the future will open.
Oh yeah, that one.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass.
Grass.
Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Yes, there it is. Lesson 1. Grass, plantings.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
I wonder if I have to do 3 and 3. It's gonna be 3 grass, then 3 plantings. Then 3 burrowing animals. That. Grass, planting, animals.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass.
Grass.
Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally, introduce burrowing animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
Oh, that is so dumb. Okay, I see what it's asking. Do it. Fine tune grass. Let's go.
Very good.
To begin, bind the dunes using grass. Secondly, create deep plantings in the shelter of the downwind face. Finally,
It's really complicated,
burrowing
actually.
animals to aerate the soil. You will be tested on how well you have learned to recognize the language of the ecological transformation. Remember your lessons, and the door to the future will open.
work. Congratulations. You share the knowledge of a Fremen pre-adolescent.
I mean, could be clearer. But ain't got no time for this.
Good work. This must be the way. Now we come to the private living areas of the Siege proper. In a Siege community, the leader was known as the Naib, and the various Naibs were often jealous of each other and liked to measure their relative influence by the number of hearths they commanded within their Siege. Siege Talab is a smaller Siege hosting roughly 500 hearths. Siege Tabor, by comparison, the community Pardo Kynes lived within, was said to host well over 2,000.
Sieges.
That's the Masquerade. I was hoping it would take them longer to arrive in force. We'd better hurry up and be done with our business here.
Cool. Means so the sun comes.
This must be the Cavern of Council, the cultural and political heart of any Siege community. It's here that Siege dwellers would gather to hear a traveling crier regale the community with news from beyond. And up there, upon that great terrace extending over the room, is the reason we're here today. A death still. The place all Fremen end up at death. So
All
they may
Fremen?
return their water to the tribe. That script upon the platform reads, "The water of the tribe shall reveal the path." And I believe the path in question is related to the secret that's brought us both here.
You're gonna betray me.
You're clearly no Fremen. You were able to pass their biometric locks without tampering or delay. Whatever lies beyond here, I believe your blood is the key.
What am I, a secret Freeman? That's so interesting. So they actually, when they would die, they would kind of sacrifice in like a Native American Aztec way and just give their blood to the. I think it's half ritual, half survival. It seems interesting. It's aligned. I gotta do this thing. Okay, rotate the outer ring, rotate the inner ring. Okay. And could you step down the platform, please? Outer ring. Man, step off the platform. Take. Oh man, is he gonna do that every single time? That is just annoying. Okay. Why? Like, oh my god, why? This way. Really frustrating, it never opens the right way. We're gonna do that every single time. Oh my god. Rotate the earring.
Very good.
Did I? Yeah. Nice. Thank you. Gonna need a little bit more blood. Secret chamber. So I am a freeman of sorts. It's an actual machinery of sorts. Interesting. I think that there's a whole thing about the technology and how humans shouldn't use technology or something like that. I really like the overlap of like ancient civilizations and technology.
Greetings, and Subakukua. If you are watching this, I am likely dead or captured. I came to Siege Talab in the same condition you find it now. Abandoned and despoiled. I must have triggered some kind of hidden alarm, because the Sardaukar were at my heels before long. They found me. I haven't long. So listen well. I was brought to this planet, like you and many others, with one overriding directive: find the Fremen. But when I finally came face to face with my quarry, I did not find the villains as described by the Communanet or the Emperor. Instead, I found a noble people being drawn into a conspiracy not of their making. A conspiracy extending from the very heart of the Imperium to the dark corridors of... I have to go.
Corridors of what?
They don't know where I am right now, but I can't risk them finding what I leave for you. I wish there was more time. I have much to tell you, but your mere presence in this secret chamber indicates that the ones who sent us will not stop until they achieve their aims. I have hidden the details of my journey on a mimetic film locked within the safe on the wall. As with the security door and the death still, our blood is the key.
Oh.
And now, I lead the Sardaukar as far from here as I may. Ma salam.
Let's save mention in the projection.
Tricky, tricky Fremen. I believe more than half the technology in this room violates the first 11 Butlerian prescriptions. Probably more. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. And while the Fremen are ingenious, this technology far exceeds their reach.
Want to open save.
Who are you really?
Man.
This film is encrypted with a kind of protection I've only encountered in the restricted section at the Nemesine Library on Artesia. I believe that encryption was of Ixian origin.
Go.
That's not good. We need an Ixian decoder to access whatever is on this, and I have access to the resources of a great house.
How do I know you won't just run that thing?
Don't be concerned. I'll reach out when I have more information. If we Atreides are known for anything, it's our stiff-necked honor.
I'm an Atreides.
Besides, as a mystery, you rank right up there with this film. Parting with people is a sadness. A place is only a place.
Way out of the 6th chamber. Okay, so I actually got this thing. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, the whole thing is about not making humans machines. The whole thing with AI and so on and so forth it's kind of fitting for the times this game. I guess I can just jump here. Find my way out. Oh, they look pretty OP, man. I think I might be screwed. Can they just rush here and I don't think I have the...
I'm going to try to draw them off. I'll make contact when I have the film decrypted.
Did she take the film?
Cannot be deceived. You would pay for your desecration in blood.
What is he talking about?
Do not let them escape.
They look pretty OP. I don't think I have enough. Okay, I'm gonna need... Nope. Can I just run away? We should run away. Yeah, I knew this was a bad idea. Oh, I'm so screwed. Retrieve your backpack. Oh no. How am I gonna do this? Okay, let's look at the walkthrough. Connect with the altar. That's it. Leave the 8 trial through the narrow door. In the next area, defeat the enemies. They aren't as tough as the folks find outside of. Like, I didn't find anyone outside the cave. Just to keep your shield up, have your weapons, heal kits, and abilities ready. When I already used my spice, I'm not gonna be able to, like. That was dumb. I shouldn't have used the spice. I should have learn their ways first. Wait, can I just escape? If I just respawn on my vehicle? Checkpoint. Try the checkpoint. Again. Same spice. Oh, I should have brought all my spice. Wait, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna learn about them. So where are my things? Just go one by one.
Identify yourself. Huh?
They come one by one, I can handle them.
Who's there? Where's my reinforcements? Target found.
You know what? Kinda works. Okay. Might be able to do this.
I see someone. There's someone here. They're here. Engaging enemy.
Oh my god. Sometimes it's so clunky. Look at that, I didn't take the steps, so now I'm screwed. All because the game is clunky.
Eyes on target.
That's cool. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? I was about to kill him! Let me kill your friend, bro.
Eyes on.
They're actually hard. Oh my god!
Got them. Found them.
I cannot do power attacks because... Okay. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. No! It's super annoying because sometimes the game is like so clunky that when you are doing the 1v1, if it wasn't so clunky, if it didn't do like automatic stuff, like the automatic targeting and the automatic sort of like range positioning, it would be easier to face multiple enemies. But since it does all of that, it's kind of really annoying. They really have to work on their melee combat. It's an interesting idea, but can be very annoying.
Who's there? Enemy found.
I don't wanna. I need stamina for mental abilities.
Eyes on enemy.
Like so automatic.
Wrong turn, pig. Wrong turn, pig.
Oh, that's so cool. The echo of firing indoors. Okay, one by one, I can totally do this. I was afraid that since I kind of skipped everything just to come to the final story, I was gonna cheese it, but still be able to cheese it. Okay, this guy seems a little bit tougher. Oh my god, yeah, this is the guy who has like the boss. Crap. Shake. Oh. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Okay, need it out of here. On the way out. Here. I like the musicals and I think she went this way. A lot of frame rate drops. It's normal even in big mirrors. Drop maybe there. Down. Oh, it's like the mouth of a worm. I just realized that. Really cool. This is not the way it seems. Oh my god. Nope. Oh my god, I was so close. Find your way out, so I think I actually have to do that. Unless I can break this wall. I think I can actually escape from the rooftop there. I'm gonna find a better way to climb it. I'm gonna kill. So I go to the ledge over there. Back up there. Ledge here. That ledge and then escape from there. Yes. Come on. I just go all the way up there. Oh, it's not letting me through. There's like an invisible wall. Come on, man. I found my way how to escape this place. The game is not allowing me to escape. Are you kidding me? Make sure it's not me just screwing it up. Yeah, there's literally a wall that is not allowing me to escape. That's so dumb. Okay, then I'm just gonna Google it. I would have escaped in my own way, but since it's not gonna allow me to escape, which is definitely bad game design. The enemies and stuff. It's a pt.8 trial out through the narrow door. Narrow door. Oh, that's so... Okay. Oh my god. That's so stupid. Basically, I forgot that I actually dropped from the mouth of the worm over there. And right underneath it, there's actually a big door with stairs and a place to escape. I didn't even have to fight those guys. I could have just escaped. Stitch. Jesus Christ. Echoes of the past. Complete the first part of the story. Very cool. Wait for Harry to find information. Codex content unlocked. Oh, decoding the Minimic film. I wonder if this is like I finished and now I have to wait for them to like update the game or something. Journey complete. The footsteps of... I think this is it. You just wait for this, and then whenever they drop the next update, and actually do it. It is actually really interesting. I was thinking that since this is like a survival game, the story was gonna be pretty meh. But it is really interesting. It is really philosophical. I really like how they kind of want to do the whole thing about who is our creator, why were we created, and it does attack some of the main issues of the human subconscious. This idea of abandonment, of not knowing who God is, or what God is, or why is there so much suffering. So, one of the most interesting things, I think, well, I take a little bit of respite from the sun, as taught by the Fremen. This whole idea of Kagrilak or Kargrilak or whatever the god name was, which is the fight of the end of the universe or something of that nature. So the idea is that suffering and like the sun and everything that is suffering in the game and the sandstorms and the worm itself, which they think is a god, and it might be some sort of a divine being in a sense. It's all part of teaching the Fremen and making them stronger for this final fight of the universe. Now, if you go into Nordic mythology, and I'm going here a little bit beyond the lore. Oh, where's my bike is so good. If you go into Nordic mythology and you study the idea of the Ragnarok, which at the same time is the same thing as this whole idea of the battle of the heavens, this whole idea of this fight between angels and demons, they're kind of fighting for the souls of men. And this whole idea that men and humans and humanity itself must overcome obstacles to prepare to be better for this final battle of the souls in a sense. It's something that repeats, of course, we see in many lores with the Force. If you think about Star Wars, the Force. If you think about Lord of the Rings and this whole idea of Mordor and this evil, this duality of the forces, it's like a very basic thing, but it's not so basic. Now, when you go into some of the deeper research on the afterlife, as I said, and near-death experience, out-of-body experience, so on and so forth, the mediums, and so on and so forth, everything in the paranormal, it seems that we are here on this earth for a purpose. There's two aspects of it. This idea of thought and controlling thought and emotions for creation, which is part of the second trial of the Freeman. I found interesting, as I said, it's a little bit deeper than most people would think, and it sounds like New Age and Woo, but it's not actually. It is quantum physics. It is literally the way that the universe seems to work, and it is all tied together. So that's one of the reasons why some people suggest that we're here trying to manage energy and creation and just using will to achieve something, which is the actual definition of magic by some of the early occultists, like, oh, I forgot his name, Aleister Crowley. So anyway, there's also this idea of looking at how we act during our lives. So when people die, they have a near-death experience, and what happens in these near-death experiences is that they see their lives and they see every single action they did and how it affected others. Now here in the game, in Dune Awakening, when the Freemen say, we learn kindness, we were unwilling to fight, and this is why we were sent to a planet devoid of gods, devoid of divinity, and filled with challenges, to raise that fighting sort of that fighting soul, that fight mentality, sort of to become aware that there is a war of the heavens of sorts. Oh my god, I thought they were gonna shoot me. What is this place? Like a trade post? Oh, it's like a trade post. Nice. Who's this guy?
In the name of the Red Duke, how can I be of service today?
Making a delivery for a cause in the Landsrat. Landsrat Quartermaster, okay. No, I think this is more advanced. I didn't really join the traders. I'm not really interested so much in the politics. I'm more interested in the lore and who these people are. This is actually a trade post, I think. Is it Helios Gate? Random biking. This game is crack. This game is pure, not adulterated crack. Display. Is it? Advanced technology, they're not hostile. They're probably a traders of sorts. He said something about the Landsrat and a traders. Why is that guy naked there?
Something in your body language and vibration sets you apart from anyone else I've seen.
Is it the Bene Gesserit? I
And
found her randomly?
The rhythmic breath of Arrakis.
Who are you?
I am Sister Mesa.
Bene Gesserit.
Not exactly. Nothing I'll elaborate on. Not to you. Not yet. But I can offer some insights into their storied abilities.
Ah, do you work for the Atreides?
As a guard, do you suppose? Or a groundskeeper? No. My proximity to their fortress denotes no alliance, loyalty, or employment.
Yeah.
I am in hiding. Circumstance dictates I keep a low profile in this place on which the universe will soon turn.
On which the universe will wait, what? Why? Yeah, what do you mean this place in which the universe will soon turn?
The pendulum swings, and it swings from this fulcrum, this planet.
What? The pendulum swings, and this is really interesting because it talks about something deeper, like this big event is gonna happen in the quote-unquote universe. Big battle of sorts is something. Can you tell me about the area?
I'd say this is the safest spot for quite a distance in every direction. Sandflies to the west, and slavers all around.
Sandflies, who are they?
Traitorous Dunemen. It's true their lot was a hard one, but they imagined to choose their fate. Ridiculous. Their place in the Imperium was an honor.
The Sandflies ever far east?
Rarely. But if you intend to travel around, be well prepared for battle. You might want to equip yourself with some weapons and ammunition. To the north you will find a trade post, Pinnacle Station. There is another trade post further away to the west of here. Follow the edge of the desert and you will not miss it. But be warned. I've heard rumors of raving fanatics out west. I see. But it's plain to me that however they were acquired, you already possess some skills in these arts. I can offer you nothing more. Seek out Jocasta Cleo. She was higher up in the Order, in line to be a Reverend Mother. Last I heard, she's in Harco Village. Like me, she's in exile. A minor courtesy, but you are welcome.
But I randomly had found the trainer. Jesuit. All of this too advanced. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know what, where, why. So this seems to be a trading post for sure. But hardcore builders. Like I'm so lost.
I'm afraid the lines of our probabilities do not intertwine. At least, not yet.
Yeah, I need to figure that whole thing. Soldiers of sorts. One day at a time, one day at a time. I think I gotta advance all my stuff first. I need to go home. I need to get water. I need to figure out my stuff. Oh, actually, I'm gonna buy some vehicle here. I can use my abilities. Right?
Welcome, stranger. Once you have the proper credentials, I'll
Oh my
gladly show you my
god.
wares.
I think I actually have to join the traders. I thought I joined them already. I was just in the initial things. Yeah, really, really interesting stuff. I wasn't expecting good stories. I said this whole idea of there seems to be this knowledge by the Bene Gesserit as well, which is why I chose them. But there is something big going on. These are like the ones. Everything paranormal has to do with Bene Gesserit, and there seems to be something very paranormal about the Freemen. I don't know how they. Oh, I get some air there. Never happened before. Oh no, I have the really bad backpack. It sucks. Yeah, I'll make it over there. Bad feeling about this. It is huge. Where am I? Oh man, I need to get... How the hell do I get out of here? I'm running low on fuel. I might be going into a difficult situation here. Oh yeah, it's over. Sheesh. Oh my god. How the hell do I get out of here? This place is like a proper maze. I want to abandon my bike. Crap. That's maybe the way. Yes. This is huge. Rip watch. This is nice. I need some vehicle fuel, please. Nice. God, I need some vehicle fuel. Because, I mean, it's not a problem, but it is quite overwhelming. And I don't know who is who, what's what, what's going on, who are these people, how do I join them? I just need some vehicle fuel. make it home. And I'll still need vehicle fuel. It go to solar trade. You have vehicle fuel. Oh, fuel, I know.
Still alive? Not too bad. We had a bet going.
Nice. They give me a bunch of this. Wait, only 2? Yes? Oh. Gonna have to Google if there is more story to this for right now. Feels like a really interesting game to play. I do like it. I think PvP could be interesting as well. I think they could do cool PvE stuff, but it's just a little bit overwhelming for me. The whole idea of grinding and looking into your inventory and doing all those things is just kind of annoying to me. And the idea that I can just lose my bike and like have to start over and so on and so forth. And I mainly want lore, which is really interesting to be honest. They have a really cool thing going. I just wish there was a more like a straight way to just focus on the lore. But I guess I'll see if there is anything else beyond the little trials, but the trials were good. Oh, home sweet home. Neighborhood, firefights. Home sweet home.
Are you there? I've been trying to reach you for a while. I haven't managed to find an Ixian decoder for the Mnemic film anywhere. And that is unusual, given the resources I have access to. It's as if they've been deliberately removed from the face of Arrakis. I'll keep looking, but I wanted to let you know. Keep your eyes open. Maybe one of the towns has a black market trader who kept one in stock. I'll be in contact.
Oh my god, the story actually continues. I thought I was gonna have to wait for the next update of the game. Black market tech, search for a black market trader, attract village. This is the component for the microfilm, which is gonna tell me what's up with the free man. Oh my god, I'm stuck playing this game. But it's cool. Kinda like it. I dig it. I will see. Really interesting. But I'm done for the night.